Hey everybody, Patty Ann here again. Hey, yesterday I showed you how you could make this bag, the super bag, and you could embellish it, personalize it, customize it, and sell this at craft fairs this coming December. I have another easier thing for you to make this time. This is for a dog, and you can personalize this the same way. This rectangle I have cut, or square, sorry, a 14-inch square. This is for a very small dog. If you want a medium-sized dog, you would cut an 18-inch square. For a large dog, you do 22 inches. And for an extra large dog, you do 26 inches. But as I said, this is for my new puppy that's going to be coming home. And her name is Sadie, and she's a small dog. So the first thing I did was I cut my square out. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is fold this together, right sides together, the points matching up like that, and the sides matching up. And if I want to, I could press this so it'll stay nice. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sew from this corner up here to here, pivot, so from here to about here, and I can mark that with a pen or something like that, just so I remember to leave an opening that my hand would about fit into. So I'm going to leave this open right here, and then I'll start sewing again here to the edge, and then I'll flip this inside out. So let's go over to my sewing machine. Okay, here we are at my machine, and I'm going to start sewing, and then I'll backstitch and come forward, and then do a few back stitches. Okay, and now come forward again, and I'm sewing a 1/4 inch seam. And then I'll pivot and continue sewing 1/4 inch until I get to that mark that I made. And when I'm at that mark that I made, I'm going to back stitch and then just come over here to where the mark starts again and back stitch and sew until the end. Okay, so that's done. I can cut this place here where I kind of jogged up to the next part. And the other thing that I'll want to do is to trim off these little points at the corners so it's easier to turn and it looks better. Trim off the little corner edges. See those little corners. Don't cut the stitching, obviously. Just a little bit of the corner. There we go. And then it will be ready to turn right side out. I like to stick my finger into the point to really get a nice point. And if you don't feel like your finger is doing a good job, you can always get one of these bone folders and poke it into the corner to get a nice sharp corner. There we go. Okay. And the last one. Okay, after this is all turned like this, I'm going to take it over to my machine and, or not my machine, I'm sorry, my iron, and press along all of these edges. And I'm going to press this edge right here under, press this edge under to meet it. So it'll be like that. Okay, it's all pressed and ready to go, and what I'm going to do now is not stitch around this folded edge because I want that to be able to stretch. I'm going to stitch along this edge and this edge. First, an 1/8 of an inch in, And after I'm done with that, then I'll come in 1/4 of an inch. So I'll just get started and then I'll meet you back here. Of course, I'm going to back stitch after I start. Okay, hopefully you can see barely the 2 lines of stitching. You probably can't see them well here. But the next thing we're going to do is work on our customization. So all you have to do at home prior to your show is to make a bunch of these, all different sizes, and then let's check out and see how easy it's going to be to customize these with the rhinestone templates I taught you how to make in the previous video, which I'll link up here. Okay, recall that I showed you yesterday or in a previous video how to make this template set that you can use over and over and over again to customize things at a show. So I've already chosen off the letters that I need right here, and the dog's name is, my little puppy that's coming home soon, is Sadie. Well, check this out. I also have a dog named Daisy, so if I put D-A-I S-Y, that's Daisy, obviously. Now, if I change just 2 letters, I can make this say Sadie. So I'm just going to change the D and the S and leave the spelling the same, even though it's a little bit of an odd spelling for Sadie. I think it's super cute to have this like this for Sadie. So I'm going to line it up on this thing that I've told you about before, this Quilter's cotton press, which I love. That's my easy press heating up. And with this on here, I can get an idea of how much space I need on the front of my neckerchief to know how this is going to fit. So you can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 inches. So I'm going to need to figure out 5.5 inches on here. So I can take any ruler. Let's see, this is a 6-inch ruler. So I'll know from there to there. So I can kind of eyeball it, right? I mean, unless you have to be perfect and then, you can work on that. But I'm going to try to do this and kind of eyeball it. But of course, I'm not going to eyeball this yet because I'm going to put my rhinestones on here. But I wanted to make sure it was going to fit well. And it is perfect. See, these are overlapping a little tiny bit. Okay, then as you know, the next thing we do is just get out a pile of rhinestones and just dump them on here. And then just using large circular motion, just go like this. Okay, after you have them all brushed in, you can move them off to the side. Alright, looks like everything's good. I just see a double one right here. See if I can get it out. There we go. Everything else looks perfect. So I'll take a piece of my transfer tape. Remember, this is special tape that you can get from the Rhinestone World or wherever you get your rhinestone supplies. Or you can use backing, I've heard, from HTV. So I like to make mine like down into a U shape and just set it down. Go like that and press on a little bit. Make sure they're all staying. And then should be able to pick this up. And they're all coming up pretty well. One little rascal. Perfect. So there we go. We have Sadie. And I'll put that back on this tape for now. Until I'm ready to bring it over to my neckerchief. So that's that. Okay, now I'm going to have to put these back in here because I'm going to flip this board over now to use the other side of it. Okay, that was really easy. Okay, now I'll flip this board over because I'm ready to now bring in my neckerchief. Okay, and if I want to, I could actually kind of put a little mark here so I know where the center is. I could even use my easy press for just a second to mark that. And then I know where the center is. So then, let's see, I'll put this straight for me. Okay. So then I'm going to see, where will I want Sadie to be? Okay, I think it'll be beautiful right there. And especially if she's too tiny for this neckerchief to begin with, I can roll it up and you'll still be able to see her name down here. So I think that would be perfect. So I'm going to take this back off off the backing and figure out where I want this to be. That looks great, just like that. Press it down into place. All right, and as you remember, I have this nice little piece of paper from the Rhinestone world, and it tells me for my SS size 10 rhinestones, I'm going to press it at 335 degrees for 15 seconds. And I am going to put a piece of Teflon on top, like that. So this is what you'd be doing at your show. This is already made. You're just putting the letters together that you need from this set that you've made prior, and then you're rubbing in your rhinestones and then just pressing, and voila, they have a customized dog collar. Okay. Let's check it out. Perfect. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. And you can use this transfer tape over and over again. And as I said, you can use these letters over and over again. But look how beautiful that turns out. So sparkly and just cute. And of course, you can have different colors of rhinestone depending on what kind of fabric you're using or that kind of thing. And like I said, if it's too large for Sadie right now, I could roll it up like that and then tie it around her little neck. And there it is, Sadie. How cute is that, right? Love it. An easy peasy thing for you to make. And then all you do next is take these letters back off of here and put them back on your paper that you're saving them on, and you'll be ready for your next customer. You can customize the next person's dog collar or purse or whatever other blanks that you might have. It's a super way, I think, to customize things, and I think it's a great way to make some money and to, you know, attract people more to your booth rather than you're just selling them something plain, and the fact that they can watch you do this and be in awe. So thanks for joining me. Hey, if you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Please hit the bell and share this money saving tip for people. Thanks, you guys. Bye.